Good evening, good evening. Shout out to everybody tuning in. All right. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of that. I know I'm streaming in the middle of the night, and it's a school night too, but y'all gotta bear with me. I was just stuck in the valley of decision about what to stream, and I figured I might as well just go ahead and do something while I'm up. I know, I said I'm gonna try to have more structure to these videos, but I'm still dealing with like personal life, work, and finding time for my own little personal interests. So, here we are. But getting it into for the week going ahead, I decided for the sit down tonight we would just go over a few price charts. What I'm basically looking at going forward for the week. Um, I don't know about y'all, but me, I do have at least some money put away in a retirement account. So I try to stay up to date with what's going on with the stock market and current news in regards to business. Um, 401k. I'm sorry that when I got stuck earlier, I was trying to think of the exact name for it, but 401k is just, it took me a moment to think of it. You guys will have to excuse me. I'm a little stuffed up. Um, RIP to the headphone users. I'm gonna try not to mess with my I'll try not to mess with my headset too much. I have that habit of touching it. I can already see I would not be a good R&B singer. Okay, so going into the first thing we're going to be checking out is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We've got some futures set to end. I believe these are futures ending in June, around the 20th or 24th. Over the past couple of months, we've had some strong bullish action leading up from the 3,300, 33,839, all the way up to 38,251 as the last set price prior to the close. I don't have any after hours trading, so you'll have to excuse me, guys. I don't have that info yet. But so far, heading into this week, we may be having some downward progress. Um, as I look over my Arun, the Arun signal is like over. I have them pretty much, the settings pretty much arranged the same at a 30-day period. And on a daily, I'm looking at these charts on the daily. So these will be, how do I say it? Well, every 30 bars is 30 days. I'll put it to you like that. So it gives you a good view of what's been going on over these past couple months. leading way back into October of last year. We were noticeably lower by a couple thousand, but what I'm projecting here, let me get rid of some of these pop-ups. It sucks that you have to literally pay just to not have pop-ups, but hey, it's okay. What I'm expecting is, so the candle, well, I'm gonna say it dropped down to about here. I'm gonna move this down a little bit more, right about there. And I'm gonna grab one more. That's where we topped out right here. So going forward in the next week, we may see some channel action breaking around this area. Now, we may not hold this support line right here. We may break out of it. And if we break out of it, I would say probably the next way down would be about, I'm going to set around here. I don't know. Depending on what the open is, that might actually be a nice trade setup. Hold on, let me see. Measure. Say with open. Actually, that's about 6. I might have put that in wrong. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let me see. All right. So for a long position, I'd say I'll wait for if it pulls back, I'll wait for a pullback around this area. What my target about? Move this down. So yeah, because I don't know what it's like going towards the was it the pre-market trading or when that actually comes into effect. Let me go ahead and shut this thing right here. I have my other laptop going for a few things. I needed to man, these pop-ups kill me. I had my laptop running for a few things. I was reading some articles earlier. I had some dessert with cake and ice cream. My girl whipped up for me. Sweet of her. But yeah, going forward with the Dow Jones futures, I don't know if anyone trade indexes on the spot market, but just going into Monday's open, depending where we land, this is we're at 37,263 on this black line. If we get some pullback further down, I might say like this would be the area I would buy in. This is just me speculating. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence, and most professionally, just go to a professional. I'm not one. I'm just saying what I would do. But yeah, it's a good bounce play if you want to see if this will pull back down into this line right here, buy in. Set your stop loss at a prior support, like right around here. I don't. The only reason I'm kind of bullish on the Dow Jones, the whole Israel, um, Iran thing doesn't seem to be picking up much steam. They didn't have really any attacks in response to what Israel did this weekend past. So I expect everything should be pretty much calm and remain, of course. We may see a pullback, but I expect the Dow Jones to continue upward. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull this one up. All right, so I'm looking at the crude oil futures. There's a lot of these little arrows are just like economic news and stuff. So far, oil's been up on a tear. We had a pullback. My rune hasn't crossed, but a cross is coming. If it's based on this trigger, let me see what's going on. Oil prices retreat as Iran Israel tendency, and that was 32 minutes ago by Reuters. Shout out to Reuters for actually keeping news going at this time of night. 2 hours ago from Reuters, oil and gold retreat on tempered Middle East fears. Okay, I hate saying Mid East. All right, so this might be a good time to short oil if nothing's really going to be happening. Let me see. I know gas prices here in Fort Pierce haven't really been too bad. Last time I checked in, it was like I think what we're looking at like 338 to 372 right there for like regular gas. I know that doesn't factor in like 87, 89 difference in pricing, but I don't know that many cars that use 87 rating gas or number 87 rated gas. But yeah, was it? Oh yeah, positions. So let me put some of my trend lines in here. So where is it? RIP to headphone users. I know I just smacked the mouthpiece again, so I apologize. Go on my cross. And let me see where we're at about here. So this would have been the previous support resistance. We broke through it. So the next one would be here. Here. Let me zoom out real quick. Okay, so at the start of 2024, we were around the 70s. We ramped up to about 78. Came back, broke through 78 to 82. We're past 82. So let me see. What I'm mainly doing is using the crosshairs to see how many tops line up against this baseline here. That really isn't much. All right, I guess I'll break it down like this. So, if it continues downward, this will probably be our first test right here. If it breaks through support, then we have more room for it to drop further down into about $70 a barrel. Currently, it closed trading at $81.53, but for a while now, we've had the tick marks here at the bottom are just general volume. We've had a lot of bullish volume, positive volume going forward, but like I was saying earlier, not oil, gas earlier was roughly about $3.38 to $3.72 on the high end. So depending on who and you know well how far you got to drive, because I know some people want to splurge and get extra like premium gas. Some people have big V8 trucks. Some people got V12 cars. So yeah, everybody has their different need of stuff. But yeah, this is basically where our first, where the first test will be around $78 and some change. Then, if it breaks through that support, then there's more room for it to go down here in a downward channel. I'd say. Let me see if I can also draw another line on here. Starting out from here. RIP to the headphone users. I know I just smacked the mouthpiece again. But yeah, we had a strong trend line up and it totally just violated. So, depending on how this goes down, we may have a bounce up from here, back up again, and then it may bounce back down with a cipher pattern, or it may break through. So, depending on who you are and how you want to trade it, I let you guys do your own trading or your own financial decisions. I'm not a professional. I always tell you to go to a financial advisor. But yeah, this would totally be the testing area right here, around $78. If it breaks through, we've got more area to go downward. If it bounces upward, you should, well, I won't tell you what you should do, but I'll say you have some profits that could be taken at $87 roughly. Let's go into the next. Close that out. Oh, I had to order close. What? Let me see. Uh, nah, ain't nothing major. Had position long on the U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen. The dollar's been showing some good strength over these past couple days, and compared to the Japanese yen, it's been kind of tearing to the upside. Okay, this is what I was saying earlier about the Arun cross. Basically, like the MACD, moving average convergence and divergence. I think it's what it's called, like the full name of it. The Arun up and down is just a moving average crossover. So when a negative or a downward move is about to occur, these lines will cross. Red over green means downward motion. Green over red means upward motion. Now, just one indicator doesn't give you the right to just execute a trade. What I normally do is I try to find a baseline somewhere. So, like right around here, multiple times, this little area got tested. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got 4 bars to make contact. For me, it's like 4 or more bars making contact gives me like a certain area to keep my eye on. So basically, once we violated there, and let me move this for a second so I can explain it. What I have on the screen is the Ichimoku system. It's basically just like trend trading system from Japan. It allows you to average out certain moves based on daily inputs like 9 days, 26 days, 52 days. They do it slightly different than our regular MACD setups. But the main thing is this, because the days are slightly kiltered by like 2 or 1, what happens is when the cross occurs, so what I use is the black line is my baseline, the blue line is my conversion line. So when the blue crosses under the black, that signals a downward move. When the black crosses, uh, I'm sorry, I almost said that backwards. When the blue crosses under the black line, that means it's going to be a downward motion. When the blue crosses over the black line, that means there's some upward gains to be had. So, for example, when the blue crossed upwards over the black here, this signaled. So, like, I don't know how these. So, to measure that, if you would have gotten in, so we had the cross back here, the cross up here. And I mean, technically, they said you're not supposed to trade during the cloud. So I'll say you wait till after we broke out of the cloud. Now, this is for an extended day period. So let me take back. So, all right, 30 days. Let's see. So you would have made a 6.2 return. Well, almost or roughly 6.3 return. 281.25 points. Mm. All right, so if I'm done preaching, let me get back to what I was saying here. So, like right around here, we got multiple tops connecting. So, if the price continues to drop, I'm going to say right about here is going to be like the first test area. After that, next area. So let me calculate this. Um, all right. Okay. I think that's better. I adjusted my mic volume a little bit. Hopefully, RIP to the headphone users if I adjusted it too loud. I'll know by the end of tonight or like by tomorrow when I upload the video on YouTube, and I'll see what's up. But where we at overall on the zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so these are the first two areas we'll hit if we continue downward. I know I said to wait until after you exit out of the cloud. That's just how the Ichimoku system recommends you trade. But like, let's say you do, because this black line technically did pierce through the cloud. So cross up here, cross up here. So yeah, you technically would have crossed out. So to go on a downward, I'd say you trade in at 49.31. Trade it all the way down to the second support level. Right, I'll let it be, probably just be above where that conversion line is. Not much of a ratio on that. I think you've got like a 1.29 risk reward ratio. It's not much of a gain unless let me adjust a little bit. Even then, it's still not good. The reason why I put my I basically put the stop loss right here at the black line, a little bit above. That's the baseline. So the baseline will always be like the nearest support or resistance level, depending on how you're approaching the trade. So I'm expecting some more downward momentum going into these two baselines. Was it 48.31 and 45.46. Depending on the week ahead. If everything stays quiet and there's no more like public outcry for like war and peace and stuff like that, then we should be good. Because if things tend to escalate, well, when things tend to escalate in the Middle East, there have been noticeable increases in the price of oil, gas, and certain things of that nature. So hopefully we won't see it this time. Go ahead, pull up these prices. Excuse me. I know that was so unprofessional of me. Going into the gas, 364, 343, 345, 350, 340, 348, 357, 337. Oh, shoot. I was off by a penny there. Mobile giving it up at 337. Rocket Fuel 338. Okay. All right, folks. Well, it's been a pleasure jamming it out with you guys, talking about prices and price charts and things of that nature. But I need to take my arse to bed. I gotta get up early in the morning. Gotta get this overtime while I can. You guys be blessed and have a good night. Peace, love, and happiness. I'll try to